film from the scrimmage on Saturday. What were your big takeaways from that? Like, who impressed?
One, the effort, hitting for a first one really good, coming off a good, hard week and a hot week, really, really good. We went back and forth because we started inside not to get so wet, although it gets really humid in here. Went out, had a good go, about 80 plays in the stadium, had some lightning, brought it in, did some really good short field situations. Only kicking we did a lot of kicking today if you saw it. The only kicking we did was punt team and field goal, but if you put it all together, it's about 145, 147 snaps to be exact. So it was a long go. Thought we handled the weather pretty good. Defense had some takeaways, let a couple get away, could have got more. Tackled good. Offense didn't control the line of scrimmage. Defense did. And offense missed some big plays they need to make. Had some one-on-ones, had there just a little misconnection. We needed time up. Young players played really good. Coy Crunk, who's because of a couple of hiccups and nothing major. Those guys are back practicing, but had 74 plays. It's going to be really good. Starting out maybe as the most talented lineman we've had. It was really good. Ian Thomas coming on really good. Marcelino Ball coming on really good. Ian Thomas, the big tight end, first year guy, coming on really good. Big the T and Clyde it back. So some of those guys were good to see. But it was a good go. A lot to build on. A very good first scrimmage. And it looked like a good team. Looked like a good team first scrimmage.
Where's the quarterback situation at right now?
The bulk of the last week, Lego's got the bulk of the work. And after the first week of practice, probably Danny was most consistent as the backup. And Austin King showing a lot of talent and a little bit more focus. Xander was a little greedy, casual. Xander's came back and had the best 3 days of anybody. So we're getting some good ebb and flow. Bulk of the work's going to Richard. I do like, though, the way that King's showing talent, needs to be more mature. And Danny's always been kind of solid. Xander's kind of locked in the best he's been, which is good. Sometimes he gets a little, can press a little or force a little or try to make something when it's not there. He's been more composed the last 3 days. He's been the sharpest the last 3. Richard's been the best throughout camp. Right now he's getting the bulk. To say somebody's a starter, if we're playing today, Richard's playing, we might play more than one. And we're going to need more than one as we go. We hadn't figured out, except right now, Lego's getting the bulk of the work. It's not to be coy, because someone's going to go out there first. And if we're playing today, he's first, so you can say he's the starter. But when he gets in the game, if he don't play well, maybe he's not the starter in the long run. We'll see. And it's not motivation. They just got to keep doing well. I like it's the best this group has responded, and no one's being selfish, and they're kind of working. And I respect the way they're working together and helping each other. It's been good. It needs to be better. It's been good.
I guess as you talk about that ebb and flow, is there any real rush to get to a point where you're comfortable saying one guy's number one, or do you want to leave that open and maybe see how those guys keep it?
We had the same thing years ago when Bradford got a job. You're like, he's going to be really good, and all of a sudden a couple scrimmages, the other guys look good. And that's kind of how it is. Like, man, you think one guy's going good, and all of a sudden you see a guy competing coming on. And so there's no false security. There's no false motivation. They're doing better, and I think we're going to need more than one. We'll have a guy going first, and based on through to date, Richard probably goes first. Sanders had an impressive couple 3 days. The other two guys had the best first week, and what I'm seeing is 4 guys getting better, and maybe that means no one's sticking out. I don't know. I think the other day one of them was 14-18 in the scrimmage. That don't suck. So, I think we're doing okay. And it's kind of, I think one of them's been 70% in team for the year in our defense. And in Skelly, it's not been that way. We're playing in Skelly, our defense is wired us up. Our defense, you saw what Coach Allen's doing here. If they get lined up and get their eyes right, they're good. He's trying to do a lot of things, get our kids to think fast, process fast. When our defense is getting lined up, it's hard for the quarterbacks. When our offense gets a rhythm, our quarterbacks have played good. So again, everybody says if you got multiple guys, you don't have one, whatever. You need more than one. You can skew stats. Offensively the other day, even though some stats look good, the quarterbacks left some big plays on the field. They left some points that if we're playing a game would make some games dog fights or losses. We got to learn to make more of those plays. So I like them. Don't have a timeline. Play today, Lego goes first today. And we'll see if it keeps moving that way. Like the way the other three are fighting. And that's good stuff. That's what I like.
You said injury-wise, any updates?
Well, the only injuries of note, we do have a couple now. A couple of O-line have been nicked, so there's nothing major. But J-Shun Harris got an ACL injury the other day, and it's his other knee. He just run playing. He was doing great, looked awesome, and fought hard to come on. So it'll be an ACL and it'll probably be in the season. Robert McCray has a shoulder that's requiring a little bit of surgery, probably going to cost him the first half of the season. So those two guys right now are the only guys as we start that will be available. Probably J-Shun for the for preseason. That's unfortunate.
You talk about those
And we'll need Isaac James. You saw we had Keontae Enos playing out there in the flank, and Ricky Brookins did pick up and help Mitchell Page because J-Shun was going to be pretty dynamite there. So great kid. It's unfortunate. Love that kid. It's tough, but he's doing good.
You talked about linemen, I guess, and you mentioned quite Kronk, but it seemed like Brandon Knight maybe mixing it up out there again. We've also seen a lot of Delroy Baker out left.
Delroy's done well. Dimitri Camille had a slight injury, cost him a little bit of week in practice. Delroy's maturing, playing as hard, practicing as hard, he's growing up, which is good to see. Sometimes it takes a guy a couple of years. It was kind of about time for that. So Delroy's made a nice step. We're going to need that. Coy is awfully talented, going to be good. And we'll have Dimitri and B Knight strongly in the mix. And that'll be the boatload guys, and Coy's going to be playing. He's probably as or more gifted than Brandon Knight or Jason starting out. He's a very, very gifted young player. He's going to be really good. He should be really good.
Did that happen on Saturday with Jason?
Yeah. Just caught a pass with pretty much just made a cut. Not even tackling. It's different, but kind of what happened to him. You got one in the summer, so two. Some of those guys don't really plant them. They just give ACL. So I think that was verified last night, and probably about a week they'll do surgery. And again, that's probably always all important. 6 months. Camion's looking good. He's doing some team activities, not in tackle. We'll keep pushing him. Again, he will miss the first couple games. And right now, McCray and J-Shun are the only two guys I know that as we go would not be available for right now. We're projecting those other guys being good.
Coach, as far as the punting goes, you guys did a lot of work in the bad weather. Who has stood out? It seems like Drew Conrad and the other guys have caught up in being more consistent.
Yeah, Drew's been Cody, the JC guy, didn't have a good Saturday. Gideon's got a big leg, can be a little inconsistent. Drew's young, but was a very proven player at Center Grove. That's why the main reason we went outside for punt was to catch wet balls, snap wet balls, kick wet balls, and that is the one element of kicking that we got to push and make sure we're good there. We're working a lot on that team.
Are you seeing the consistency you wanted to see from our team?
Very much. Best he's been. Stronger, more mature, more competitive on the ball. The ball we're playing him to the fields. That takes out some of the run support because he's more of a cover guy, my body type. Actually playing Ben Bach at the boundary corner. The boundary corner in Husky is about the same. It's run support. One from the short side of the field. Were you going to punt? Question. But the boundary corner and the Husky are basically doing a lot. They got to carry guys vertical and support the run. And Ben Bach was playing Husky, but the boundary corner is kind of similar there. That's if we were playing today. Marcelino Ball has really stepped up. Is looking great. The Husky, very athletic, young, will be picked on, as will Ben. They're both mature and they're both playing well. They're critical to the defense. D-line is down, but we're getting more out of Barwick, McCray, Brandon Wilson's growing up. Sykes is playing the hardest he's played. Was very disruptive Saturday, and we're going to need a lot of those guys because that's a group where we need bodies, and some of those guys aren't overly huge in stature. When you're losing guys like Latham and Rayner, some of those bigger bodies, they got to be hard and be felt. And Coach Hagan is doing a really good job, and Coach Allen of the culture of being disruptive up front, playing a lot of guys. Josh Brown, a walker, has been very number 50, very impressed, or just playing hard. And we're going to need some of those bodies early in the year because we're going to have to play 10, 11, 12 D linemen down in South Florida and in Ball State and late in the open. We're going to have to. Those guys are doing great. Mark's doing a great job at the front. And glad he's back, and Tom's got more. It's pretty good to see.
Jake Robinson playing some defensive tackle as well.
Yes, and he's kind of a swing guy with McCray's deal. So that's why Sykes and Gooch is where Josh Brown's getting in the mix. Some of those guys on the edge, Brandon Wilson, and that frees up because J-Rob can be an end or go to D-tackle, him and Doherty. And again, Doherty's done very well. I mean, that group is playing well, and they're actually having the best of the O-line right now, which is good to see. Our O-line is picking up. Anything else?
As far as J-Shun, just how hard is that for him?
He's been unbelievably good. It's kind of hard for, I think, some of the medical guys or his coaches because he's a great kid. He's worked hard. He plays as a freshman. We took a lot of time where we didn't push him back to the spring ball, being a smaller guy to get him well. And Matt was really having a pretty dynamic camp. Mitchell Page developed and took over and became very good. And we're losing Mitchell, and we lost Shane when Mitchell Page answered the call. And then when J-Shun came back, it's like, wow, there's two dynamic players. It'll be critical for us to see Isaac James and Brookins or some of those guys we work like St. Thomas and Keontae, because we're going to need somebody beside Mitchell. We're going to need 2 or 3 out there. So it's a big blow to the team. But J-Shun's a great kid. His spirit's been high, and I compliment him on that. But once you get surgery, you start rehabbing. That's when it gets tough now. Right now, his body language and verbiage is nice, but it's got that. It's tough. It's tough. A little bit, but he's a little bit more of a running back. And we're playing those 2 big guys and some big backs with Tyler and Clyde, which is nice. And we kind of got Cole in the mix with Divine and Machette. And so it's kind of like those 4 guys are tailback. Keontae's out in the slot. In between tackles, we just thought Cole was better inside, and Keontae was a little bit better in the perimeter. So it's kind of it's Redding, and it's Machette, and it's Williams, and it's Cole Guest, and then you go big back with Clyde and the T, and then we got Ricky outside with Keontae helping that slot. They're all pretty good guys. Good weekend.
We saw a little bit of Nick Westbrook, it seemed like, with Mitchell and Ricky out there. I mean, is he pushing Simi, I guess, at that number 1
Well, I wouldn't say
spot?
pushing. We're going to need him. And we're going to need Timion's done very, very well. We got Mack is in the mix, the freshman outside. We got Donovan Hill. So, if we're playing right now, Hill made a bunch of plays outside today with Ricky and Donovan Hill and Timion. On the other side, you got Simi, you got Nick, and you got Mack, the freshman. And then at the slot position, you're sitting with Mitchell, you got Isaac James, and you get the Ricky Brookins and Keontae. We're going to play 8-9, and that's 10 right now. So it's a good deal. Good guys? Awesome.